YouTube, Wash It here again. This is Heroes and Generals, and in this video I'm going to cover tank tactics. I've seen a lot of videos on YouTube and various forums and things like that covering tanking and Heroes and Generals, but mostly they're a guide to the vehicles themselves and not how to be more successful as a tanker. So we're going to go through Wash It's 5 rules to being a better tanker in Heroes and Generals, to kill more than you lose, to reduce those repair bills, and just to be a major nuisance to the enemy tankers. So we'll get straight into this here. Rule 1, know your job. Know your role as a tanker. What is your job exactly as a tanker in the game? What are your responsibilities? Well, your primary job is to kill enemy armour. Not to jump out and capture control points and leave your tank sitting empty where anyone can steal it. Not to sit and spam your MG and high explosive rounds, especially while the enemy has armour left on the field. You're not helping your team doing that, and people will yell at you in the chat. You will get abused. Your second role as a tanker is to kill more tanks than you lose. Even in stage battles, tanks and crew spawns have got limited numbers. You can see how many are left by hovering your mouse over the entry point flags on the map before you spawn in. Don't be the guy that everyone's yelling at in chat who zergs in, gets killed, respawns, and repeats till all the tank spawns are gone. Don't be that guy. Okay, so now we're going to get into the meat of the video, what you came here for. Rule 3. Positioning is everything. Set up the engagement in your favour to win more fights. There's basically 5 sub-rules to Rule 3, and I apologise for this, but this is the most important part. Check your in-game map often. If you're out of combat, if you've concealed yourself, check your map. Just press M. Ask your teammates to spot enemy tanks in the in-game chat. If you see red diamonds on your map, or so-called Doritos, you've got the enemy's rough position and you know where to start looking, where to manoeuvre to. If you can see that red Dorito on your screen, but not sure if you have line of sight, check the map. You've got a rough idea where the enemy's going to be, you know where to go to. Rule 2 of Rule 3, if you like, flank the enemy armour wherever possible, and whenever possible. Most enemy tankers will set themselves up to catch your team's tanks crossing the open, or choke points like city streets, bridges, wherever they can pin you down. They'll conceal themselves in tree lines and bushes facing the direction you're going to come from, so they can scan for targets and engage in it, enter in their box or kill zone. Well, you're about to ruin their day. We're going to attack from the sides or the rear to catch them before they've got time to react and take cover. Take a wider route. As you can see here in the video, I'm using a dark shadowed tree line on the edge of the map to move into position and locate targets. You can also use tree lines, bush rows, dips in the terrain, known in the military as defilade. Anything that's going to mask your tank from enemy eyes till you're in position and you're ready to shoot. Remember that tank armour's weakest in the sides, weakest at the rear, strongest at the front. So by flanking, you're positioning yourself to attack the enemy. You have the element of surprise. Most likely you're going to 2 or 3 shot him and kill his tank before he has time to even turn his turret to face you or locate your position. And that'll bring us on to the next part of positioning rules, which would be Rule 3C if you like, which is shoot and scoot. Kill the enemy and then relocate quickly. You've just destroyed two tank destroyers and a medium with your surprise attack for the flank, or you've nuked a bunch of unsuspecting infantry. You're probably feeling pretty smug, and rightly so, pretty pleased with yourself. Well, guess what, it's time to get the fuck out. The people you wrecked just saw your firing position on the kill cam, and they'll be coming straight back for revenge. Back your tank up, use as much as a concealed route as you can to move to a new location as soon as possible. Make sure you move at least 200 meters from your last position and then plan your next attack. I personally always try to have an escape route planned before engaging, but it's not always possible, it's situational. But if you can, always try and have a plan. As you can see there, I took a hit. I managed to kill one Hetzer, damage the second Hetzer, but then I took a shot for a third tank, which I didn't see to my right. So, get the fuck out. If you have a wrench, get the fuck out and repair your tank. In a minute here, you're going to see why relocating up to 200 plus meters is recommended. I've repaired my tank, I've jumped back in. I'm now going to go back and get the guy that took me to 50% armour. Because he's looking for me 200 meters to my left. Someone spotted him already, or spotted another vehicle. But we're going to pop out 200 meters to further west on the map here. And there he is. Panzer IV. One hit, he's not looking in my direction. And second hit, he's dead. That's why you shoot and scoot right there. And I'll probably skip the video ahead here and show you exactly why you shoot and scoot. And what goes wrong if you don't. Okay, so I've repositioned myself again. I'm on the edge of the tree line by the Bravo 2 flag. And there's two Hetzers sitting right on the B2 flag. And you can also see tank fire coming in from the north as well. So I'm going to take these two guys out and then reposition. And this is where you're going to see my first big mistake. I've repositioned, but I've only moved about 100 meters further down the tree line. I've also got my tank sitting in the open and there's enemy infantry on the B2 flag. I've also made, I think, in the region of 3 to 4 kills. So someone is coming looking for me. Either infantry or tanks are about to find my position. You might even see him in the video. I didn't see him at the time because the map's kind of dark. But I'm about to lose my only tank destroyer. And the last tank destroyer, because we already lost that entry point. So there you go. That's why you shoot and scoot. That's why you relocate further than 200 meters, right there. So the match has now become about damage control. We only have one entry point left. We're being pushed on B2, and the German team controls 8% of the map. They also have had 5 or 6 tank crew, so about 5 or 6 different tanks up at any one time. I have myself, and there's 2 other guys tanking with me. Both are actually pretty good tankers. I don't know them personally, but they were doing pretty well. So this brings us to rule 3D. That's using terrain to reduce incoming damage. We're going to use hull down and pillaring tactics to reduce your exposure to incoming fire. And again, going back to rule 2, to kill more than you lose. Hull down means positioning your tank in a dip in the terrain. Again, what I was talking about before. The military term is defilade. Just slightly down for the crest of the hill or in a dip, so that only your turret is exposed to fire when you're facing towards potential enemies. It allows you to scan for targets and shoot with less chance of being hit in the weak areas of your tank. Pillaring's useful in heroes and generals because there's very little destructible cover in game. Apart from, I think, fences may be the only part of the cover that's actually destructible. And this involves using terrain features such as thick trees, as you can see here, buildings, even the hay bales as partial cover. Again, you want to try and put these pillars between you and your enemy, moving out to shoot and then back into cover, or positioning your tank so that, you know, if you're being attacked on multiple flanks, one side or your weak side is covered. You're amazed how many times this has saved my tank, and you'll see it particularly in this video. In any engagement with the enemy, he's seen me before I saw him, or he's had infantry spotting me. So you can see here I'm under fire, but he's not hitting me. I've been using the trees, plus I'm backing down a hill away from him, so less and less of my tank's exposed. Now we're going to follow one of the earlier rules, that's shoot and scoot. Hit a couple of targets, we're going to reposition slightly. We don't really have much ground we can go to here. But using the trees again as a pillar, we've got a narrow field of fire. He's unlikely to see us because of those trees, and we destroy another tank. So I've skipped ahead again here. We lost our easy 8. We'll respawn, but we're going to reposition a different place now. We actually got killed from the left side here. I was in the trees to the left of the spawn, and a Panzer IV snuck around across the opposite bank, took me out. By this point we've killed 9 pieces of enemy armour, we've killed 2 APCs, we've killed 13 infantry. we're doing pretty well in a bad situation. So now we're going to use hull down, as I described before. We've placed ourselves in the back of a hill. We have elevation over the enemy's position. We're just going to try and pick off a few more, give our team one last chance, but ultimately we are going to lose the battle. So while we'll try and pick off the last few enemy tanks and get some extra kills under our belt, we're going to come to rule 4. And that is, try to develop good situational awareness of what's happening in the battle. This comes down to rule 1 again, knowing your job as a tanker. Situational awareness is knowing what's going on around you during the fight. Again, check your in-game map often. Check the large map if you die and you have to respawn in. Move where you're needed the most if possible. Ask your team in chat, where they need you. Scan your surroundings constantly. If you need to hatch peek, but you're worried about getting shot at the tank by a sniper or whatever, you can press the left control key to crouch in the turret and make yourself a smaller target. But ultimately, lack of situational awareness by tankers and infantry, your whole team basically, is usually the downfall at any battle in the game. Lack of coordination, people start getting frustrated, yelling at each other in chat, swearing, calling each other names. At that point, you're done. So it's best just to do what I'm doing here, make the most of the battle, and try and learn from the experience itself and improve yourself as a tanker in the game. So while we're repairing here, we'll just go through the 5th and final rule. Be unpredictable in your positioning and stay mobile. So you found a bunch of good spots on your favourite maps for flanking to or camping and taking out enemy tanks, enemy infantry. What are the chances that you're the only one who's found those particular spots? Bear in mind there's people that played this game probably hundreds if not thousands of hours. Always assume your position is known to the enemy, and in fact that he's a few seconds for putting crosshairs, worst case scenario, or explosives on your tank. Shoot and scoot, you'll live longer. So ultimately we lost the battle. Let's see how we did here. Here's the after battle report. 12 pieces of armour destroyed, 5 in the tank destroyer to 1 loss, 7 in the easy 8 to 1 loss. And that's not counting the infantry we killed. The other vehicles we killed, the APCs, jeeps. So ultimately we did pretty well. And we made just shy of 20,000 credits, and this is only on a level 6, he's just shy of level 7 tanker. So following these 5 simple rules, the 3 tankers in our team were able to kill 53 enemy tanks for the loss of 27 friendly tanks. So even though ultimately the infantry in the team didn't pull their weight, I still had fun. I only lost 2 tanks, repair bill was less than 2,800 credits. If you have any questions about anything contained in this video, feel free to ask them in the comments, I'll be happy to reply. I'm going to wrap it up right here, guys. Don't forget to like the video if it was useful, subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you guys in the next video. This is Washout, signing off.
Ta-da!